Wake up!
Now, you guys really are like the hip-hop early morning, late night talk show.
The Breakfast Club is the most powerful, popular, urban radio show in America.
Made it!
Live from the Black Mothership in New York City, DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God, and Jess Hilarious.
Thank y'all for being cultural leaders, man. I appreciate what y'all do for the culture.
Collectively known as
Breakfast Club, bitches!
I'm always nervous when I do the Breakfast Club because sometimes you say stuff and it's just gonna get you in trouble.
Everybody wake up!
Good morning, USA! Yo 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 yo.
Jess Hilarious.
Good morning.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. It's Monday.
Yes, it's Monday. Back to the work week. Good morning.
Y'all here? How y'all feel out there, man?
How you feeling, Jess?
I feel good. I haven't been to sleep yet.
Really?
Why?
Yeah,
What'd you?
because I got my loan. I dropped off my truck and I got an electric car loaner, and
You didn't charge it?
I never ever will ever do that again.
The electric?
It's just it's like you have to know where to go.
Correct.
And all that. If it's not Tesla, it's hard to find them.
They usually make adapters, though, that you can use a Tesla. They didn't have, I guess, maybe not.
No.
Ain't nobody got time for that, man. Your laptop and phone, it's hard enough keeping them charged up. Now you got to do that to a car?
Yeah.
The whole
so
car?
I drove from my home because I went home this weekend, and it took me. It's only a 4-hour drive, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I had to stop twice and charge the car. The first one was at the school. 4 hours got me what? 15%.
That's it?
Yep. And then I went to like American something around like in Jersey somewhere, and it got me the rest of the way. I will never do it again.
Yeah, like you said, Tesla, because Tesla had them charging stations everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
Damn.
Yeah, but ain't nobody got time for that if you got to stop every...
Well, they usually give you about 300 miles, though. So you have when you fully charge, it's 300 miles.
Mm-hmm. Some charges are stronger than others.
Yep.
If it's free, it takes longer to charge.
That's right.
It's too much.
Yeah. Well, salute to all dance dads. I was at a dance dad weekend. I mean, from Thursday to Sunday, my daughter had competition. And when I just say it's a lot, man, it is a lot. So salute. It must have been about 1,000 kids competing.
Yay.
Might have been probably about 20 dads. There was no dads there. It was nothing but moms there. There was no dads there. But I had a good time. So let me salute to Brooklyn. Brooklyn won #1 overall in her category.
Okay.
She from the age group from 7 to 9. So every 7-year-old, 8-year-old, 9-year-old, she was #1 in the competition. She won. And in London, she is 10 years old. From 10 to 12, she won a special program where they only take 5 kids out of the 1,000 kids and they take them on the road. So she won that this weekend. So my kids were super duper excited. They're super duper competitive.
Yeah.
We had a good time. I had a great time watching the kids. This is the first time I ever seen a kid get a standing ovation. Brooklyn got a standing ovation, which was amazing. I had a great time. I had a wonderful time meeting so many different people, meeting so many different moms that listen to the show. So I want to say salute to all the dance moms and dance dads out there. I had a great time. Y'all showed me a wonderful experience this weekend. So.
And your bump is bumping this morning, Jess.
I know.
Lord have mercy.
I know.
And the first thing Jess said to me when she walked in, I said, "Hey, Jess, how you feeling? Hungry?" Hungry.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm so hungry.
That's the crazy part about the world that we live in now. Like, you really can't tell who's pregnant because everybody's stomach big.
Oh, boy.
But it's a difference between pregnancy stomach and, like, just stomach. You know what I mean? Like pregnancy stomach sits up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But fat stomach just falls.
Don't you start with big fat stomach now. You gonna start big fat stomach? That sounds like big fat stomach behavior. Don't start that now.
There is big fat stomach behavior.
Yeah, it's like no structure to it.
That's right.
It's just,
Absolutely.
Jesus Christ. Well, we got some special guests joining us this morning. David Alan Grier will be joining us.
Yes, salute to David Alan Grier, man. He's starring in the new movie, The American Society of Magical Negroes.
Yes.
Which is out right now.
That's right. And also Jordan Belfort.
The Wolf.
The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, he's got a new book out, The Wolf of Investing, my playbook for making a fortune on Wall Street. So he'll be here this morning as well.
All right. Well, let's get the show cracking. When we come back, we got front page news. Teslin Figueroa will be joining us, and it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. What up, Tez?
What's going on, DJ Envy? Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the God. Happy Monday.
Good morning.
Peace, Ted.
Let's jump right into it. Let's talk about Fannie Willis.
Yes, well, we have been waiting on this, well, at least I've been waiting. I know a lot of other folks have been waiting to see what was going to happen in her hearing. So Judge Scott McAfee ruled that Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis could continue prosecuting the election interference case against former President Donald Trump and his co-defendants, but the judge gave an ultimatum. Take a listen.
Fulton County Judge Scott McAfee gave District Attorney Fonnie Willis an ultimatum Friday: step aside from the 2020 election subversion case involving former President Trump, or have her former romantic partner, Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade, withdraw. Within hours, Wade tendered his resignation, effective immediately, to move this case forward. The district attorney praised Wade as an outstanding advocate. The former president called him a disgrace. There was no evidence, according to McAfee, that Willis financially benefited from her roughly year-long relationship with Wade, which included trips to the Caribbean and California. But the ruling did note a significant appearance of impropriety. McAfee was sharply critical of Willis's behavior, citing a lapse in judgment and calling her conduct during a hearing last month unprofessional.
So now the judge may also issue a gag order based upon the comments that she made at the church at the MLK service. That was a big part of the hearing, saying that she was basically, calling Donald Trump, saying that this was all about race. There's also another thing that may come up as well. Donald Trump could possibly sue her for defamation. This is far from over, guys. So she has been, given a green light. Obviously, Mr. Wade has resigned. We knew it would be him. Obviously, would not be her. But there's still a lot more that could happen with this. Congress is also asking her, the House Judiciary Committee, they've started an investigation. So we can probably look to expect questioning with that. And just so much more. So many of the organizations that she's affiliated with, that she has to be held accountable to, like the bar, could possibly, question her as well. So this is far from over.
Yeah, with all that you just said, Taz, I wonder if it's smart for her to even stay on this case, because she will continue to be a distraction and she will continue to be a target. And as far as headlines is concerned, you want the headline to constantly be that Donald Trump is on trial for attempting to, overturn the results of an election. As long as Fannie's on this case, that seems like that's always going to be a B story, sadly.
It's absolutely going to be a B story. Even this weekend, Donald Trump was posting memes, and we've seen this meme before with the when he was asked the question of, has he ever been with her alone? And then she pops up and you listen to the Marvin Gaye song, and then, because he has a big long pause before he says no. So that's a popular meme that went around. But when you have the former, president of the United States and somebody that she's accusing of election interference, posting that type of content, he's absolutely going to post it. He's definitely going to say that, this was a witch hunt. He's going to believe that because of this, and in addition to all the other stuff, they're dealing with in Georgia with the throwing out the other charges that he's had. So yeah, Charlamagne, it is going to be a distraction. We just have to be honest about this. I think the best thing is to allow somebody else, if nothing else, to be the face of this case. Yeah. I know a lot of folks don't like that. They'll say, oh no, don't do that. She shouldn't have to step aside. Trump would have to step aside. But at some point we have to look at what's more important, ego or the case.
That's right. Because when Trump puts those memes out, he keeps doing stuff like that. That keeps the Fannie story, the A side, and keeps Trump attempting to overturn the results of an election, the B side. So I wonder if it's even smart for her to stay on this case.
Yeah, I would much rather get off myself than be put out. But so. We'll see how it goes, but I'm not sure if this case is going to move forward in August as they expected. So we'll just see. This is one of the strongest cases that they had against Donald Trump. So this whole thing, having to pause for 3 months or however long this has been just to talk about this has been a huge distraction. So,
all right. Malada's front page news. What are we talking next hour?
Well, Senator Bernie Sanders is pushing for a 32-hour work week. Want to see if you guys are on board with that, with the same pay, with just 32 hours. And then, we talk a lot about blue-collar jobs. There is a shortage of plumbers. And so speaking of workers, I want to let you know about that as well. Give you some data behind what we talk about all the time on the Breakfast Club. We'll talk about that at the 7 o'clock hour.
All right. Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Let us know how your weekend was, what you did, all that good stuff. 800-585-1051 is the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
It's a new day.
This is your time to get it off your chest.
Wake up.
Whether you're mad or blessed.
It's time to get up and get something.
Call up now. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on the Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Good morning. This is Clark from 302.
Hey, what's up, brother? Get it off your chest.
How's everybody doing? DJ Envy, Jess, and Charlamagne.
Peace, King. How you doing, yo? What's happening?
Good. I just want to give a special shout out to my daughter. Today's her birthday. She's 14 years old. Nevaeh, Daddy loves you.
Okay, what you doing for a birthday?
Our mom just took her to Key West a couple days ago, so probably just take her out and give her some money.
All right. Well, have a good one, brother.
You sound very enthused about it.
Sir.
You sound very enthused about this today.
No, I am. I ran downstairs. I didn't take my shower yet. I ran downstairs to get on the phone and make sure I make this phone call. I'm very happy.
Okay, just making sure.
All right, brother. Enjoy your day with your daughter.
Miss my shower. You have a blessed day now.
Yes, sir.
All right. Hello, who's this?
Michelle, how you doing? Good morning, DJ Envy. Hey, Charlamagne. Jess, my baby.
Hey, boo.
Hey. I heard about this morning. I just wanted to tell y'all good morning. And I always listen to you every freaking morning. Y'all is...
Okay. Thank you, babe.
We appreciate you on this Monday. I'll tell you one thing. If we was looking for some energy from our callers this morning to get us pepped up, we wouldn't be pepped up yet.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Come on.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Callie. We talked not too long ago.
What's your name?
Callie, we talked not too long ago.
Peace, Callie.
Good morning.
You ain't even bothered to clear your throat before you called us. That's how comfortable y'all are with us, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Every morning.
Get it off your chest, mama.
Yeah, well, I was just keeping on an update on how the leg was going. So, the bone infection is not going away, y'all.
The bone infection.
We don't know what you're talking about, mama. You gotta fill us back in.
Okay, remember how he had that simple leg fracture?
Who?
And it turned him into a PICC line and had palliative care at home.
Oh, that's your boyfriend. He had he broke his leg or something. He had surgery and it didn't work out right, and then you was taking care of him.
Yeah.
I remember when you called. Yep.
Almost $1 million worth of hospital bills.
Dang.
Oh yeah, I remember her. She sounded just like this the first time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's a chef and can't cook.
$1 million in hospital bills is insane.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
That's ridiculous, especially when it wasn't up to us, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, mama.
Well, I'm glad I got a hold of you guys. Ryan, take him. He's so nervous. Yo.
Is that him?
That's right. You need about 999,000 more O's. Yo's to pay that.
Hey, no. It's just been a problem from the get-go, so it's very good to hear y'all's voice. I listen to it every morning.
Well, thank you, brother. Their phones are crazy. All right. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
It up.
This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, what's up? This Candace calling from South Carolina.
Hey,
Candace.
Hey. I would say where I'm from, but Charlamagne, the guy, you probably never heard of it.
Where at?
It's a little small town called Belfort.
Belfort.
Exactly. I knew you wouldn't have heard of it. It's right before you get to Georgetown.
Yeah, I never heard of Belfort.
It's a small town, but you should look up the history of it. It's pretty interesting, the history.
I'm going to look it up.
It's a small little community.
South Carolina, she said.
Oh, South Carolina, okay.
Well, get it off your chest,
Hey,
Candace.
congratulations, Jess Hilarious on your baby. I honestly just wanted to call and tell my kids to have a good day at school today and to shout out my website.
Okay.
What's the website?
My website is www.glamstation.shop. I sell cosmetics, and I'm just happy to be out of school for this week. I'm a cosmetology teacher, and I'm back in school, so I'm happy to have a spring break week off, so I decided to call.
All
okay.
right.
We
Well,
appreciate you.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you, babe.
Thank you, too. Bye.
Hello, who's this?
Good morning, it's Precious.
Hey, Precious.
2 times in 2 months, I got y'all back again.
What's up, mama?
Uncle Charlotte, I just want to tell you that I am currently going through or starting the journey of a 13-year course, and the quotes that you post on Instagram are sometimes the backbone of the strength that I need. And one of the things you posted was, it's not the world's job to not disturb your peace. It's your job to have undisturbable peace. So I'm focusing really hard on having undisturbable peace.
Yeah, that quote actually came from Elliot Connie, who is a great psychotherapist. He focuses on solution focused therapy. So you should check him out.
I definitely will. And MB, Jess Hilarious, I love you all both as well.
Oh,
I love you
Just
too, girl.
make sure they feed you. Y'all don't mess with a pregnant woman. She will get y'all.
All right, mama.
Thank you, babe.
But thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all.
You just gonna hang up on him?
I'm sorry. I thought
Jesus.
Everybody that called in sounds like Monday. Okay? I just want y'all to know y'all all sound like Monday.
Definitely.
All right?
Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Lennox.
Hey, what's up, Lennox? Get it off your chest.
Hey, I'm going on a transgender cruise ship in September, and I just want to let everybody know about me and my friends.
You said you're going on a transgender cruise ship?
Theme cruise trip.
A what?
To the Bahamas. Transgender theme cruise trip.
Oh, transgender themed cruise ship. So is it a plane that identifies as a boat, or is it an actual boat?
Nah, it's a boat. It's a cruise trip. It's a cruise, and it's going to be lots of trans women on the cruise, and we're going to have fun.
Okay. Well, congratulations to you.
What about the trans men? They ain't gonna be there?
There will be some trans men there.
Okay, good. Because you got to include them too.
In the comments, it says you straight.
Yeah, the whole community. Everybody's invited.
That's great.
In the comment, it says you're a straight guy.
Yeah, I consider myself straight.
You identify as straight.
Yeah. He said, but you know. I love it.
All right, well, have fun, man. Enjoy yourself.
Have fun. Tell us about it.
All right, yeah, it's called a Hush Cruise. It's in September.
Well, it's called Hush, so maybe you should be quiet about it.
No, he got to call up when he come back and tell us about it. Okay.
I definitely will.
All right, bro.
Love y'all.
Have a blessed day.
All right, man. All right, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. We got Jess With The Mess coming up.
Yes, we got more UK news. I told y'all my sources been hitting me up. So we're going to get
UK news.
We want the part 2. What is everybody playing around for? Part 2 coming up.
UK. When we come back, it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Let's get to Jess With The Mess.
News is real. Whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, Jess don't do no lying.
Jess is gonna bring you numbers.
Jess With The Mess, and this is real.
On The Breakfast Club.
I know they know the difference. Keep it a stack.
Okay, so in UK news.
In
UK news, yes. Kate Middleton seen for the first time after surgery, allegedly. This is what they claims. Yep, reports have been coming out that Kate has been seen for the first time, which is like, I still believe it's a lie because there are no pictures. It's just hearsay. Like, okay, she's been saying. I just think this is another PR stunt because since I reported this, so many people have been looking for her in and out the country.
Really?
Yes. We got people over here like, oh my God, since Jess told us about it, now we want to know where she at.
You're doing good. You're doing good out there.
Because we're trying to figure out, over there and over here, is this another Princess Diana situation? We don't want that. They're saying that she was seen, but we ain't got no pictures yet. But it's believed that Prince William got a little mistress. Okay, yeah, that's what I went during my digging. That's what I found out as well. Her name is Sarah Rose Hanbury.
You got names?
Yes. Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Yes, and I have connects. Sarah Rose Hanbury. She is the Marchioness of Chelmsdale.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Marchioness of Charlamagne.
Okay.
So the mistress has a baby, right? And it's rumored that that baby might be Prince William baby. The baby name is Arce. Yes. She has other children as well, but this one, they're trying to say that it may be Prince William's baby.
So Prince William's married to Kate Middleton?
Absolutely.
So is it really a mistress if you can't find your wife?
Or if you hiding her, that's another situation. In 2019, Kate asked William about this alleged affair with Rose because, let me tell you something, Rose was in the circle. Rose used to she's like a good friend of the royals. And she is also a wife to one of William's old friends, David Roques. That's one of his friends, yeah. So he asked her, he laughed it off. Like, girl, no, it's nothing to it. When she asked him, when Kate asked William about it in 2019. And then, like, we still have yet to see see them together, the mistress and Will, but we know what Rose looked like. And we know what Kate looked like.
Got you.
And we haven't seen Kate. They put a little picture up under that headline. But that picture, something telling me that she took that before she even went in for her surgery, December of last year. So, of January, earlier this year. Because She not seen with nobody. They just found another picture that she probably never posted, and they put it of her, and that's crazy. And then also in the Photoshop picture of Kate and the 3 kids from Mother's Day over there in UK, her ring wasn't on. That's what I forgot to tell y'all.
Her ring wasn't on.
Her ring wasn't on.
Ever since you've been doing these UK news stories, there's been a lot of sightings of Kate Middleton in Baltimore. I promise you, Kate Middleton is not in the Whole Foods in Baltimore, yo.
No,
I promise you.
And I promise you, nobody said that. And I'm not playing. This is not a joke.
It's not a joke. Take it serious.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you what
I don't care. I'm too tired to be playing today. Now, moving on. Man in wheelchair goes on a stabbing spree in Queens.
I seen that.
Yeah.
I seen that.
Now,
no disrespect.
Yeah, I know. The suspect is a man in a wheelchair, like I said, and we have the report from CBS New York.
Police called to 54th Street near 31st Avenue in Woodside around 12:30 Saturday for reports of 2 people stabbed. Investigators say the suspect is a man in a wheelchair. The second victim, a 69-year-old woman, suffered far more serious injuries and remains at Elmhurst Hospital. Police are questioning him, trying to understand his state of mind. Now a woman is hospitalized with serious injuries to her face and torso. And tonight, police have not yet identified the man that they are questioning. So far, no word on potential criminal charges.
So I'm thinking, like, nobody caught this nigga, right? But then I was doing some. Oh, hold up. Hello. Okay, thank you. Yes, he is in custody.
Oh, they just caught him. Okay.
Absolutely.
Who just called you? Who just called you?
I can't
She
reveal
got
it,
sources.
but I'm just
She got
saying.
sources.
Yeah. They actually did catch him. They been caught him, but they just called me because I talked to these people and told them I was going to report the story.
Yep.
And that was the only report that I had heard from CBS New York that he was not identified.
Well, it's not like he was on the run.
But no, they caught him going up a ramp.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. So, and the crazy thing is, I'm like, all right, if you were the second person, how do you see him rolling up on you to stab you?
That's what I was thinking.
But she's
Because
a
y'all not thinking.
69-year-old woman.
Exactly. She's 69 years old, and you're not suspecting somebody in the wheelchair to do
But what about
something
the
like
other
that.
two? Once I see you see the stab one,
You think he just stabbed him in a row? Like you just think he just went down the line on a one block?
Shank.
You think,
Shank,
come on,
shank.
that's not probably. I know that's not what happened.
Well,
He didn't know.
You don't know what's happened.
Knock it off. That's like if somebody came in his room and stabbed one of us. You're like, oh shoot, I'm sure he didn't just go down the block stabbing.
But
people.
if we see him stab you, me and Jess running, like he ain't gonna catch
You're
us.
not thinking. That's not how this happened. I'm sure these were different incidents at different times.
Oh, he just
throughout the
randomly
day.
just stabbing people throughout the day.
Yes, and probably he unsuspecting. He walking up on you with a Starbucks cup in his wheelchair.
He's not walking anywhere.
He's not walking anywhere.
He's
How you know
rolling
he's
up on you.
homeless?
He's rolling. I didn't say he was homeless.
You said Starbucks. Okay, Starbucks up. I'm
He's
thinking
rolling up on
My
you.
bad.
You know what I mean? You're not thinking nothing of it. This guy in a wheelchair.
Okay. Well, he is in custody, and I hope he serves a lot of time because that's crazy. I don't care if his legs work or not. You don't roll up on nobody and stab them.
I agree.
Okay. Now, real quick, NAACP Image Award winners. I'm going to run down a few. We had some amazing people win. Our Color won last night. Outstanding Actress in a Motion Picture. Fantasia won for Color Purple. Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Motion Picture, Taraji P. Henson, she won. Outstanding Comedy Series, Abbott Elementary, that was the winner. Outstanding Actor in a Comedy Series, Mike Epps for The Upshaws, congratulations. Outstanding Actress in a Comedy Series, Quinta Brunson, Abbott Elementary. Outstanding Actor in a Drama Series, Damson Idris in Snowfall. Congratulations. Outstanding Host in a Talk or News Information show, Shari Shepherd. She won. Congratulations. Outstanding Host in a reality competition, game show, variety. DC Young Fly for Celebrity Squares. Drop a clues bar from my brother. Thank you very much.
Clues to DC.
Yes. Outstanding reality program, reality competitional game show, Wildin' Out 1. Drop a clues bar for my family. Shout out to Big Mack in the building also. Outstanding children's program, Gracie's Corner 1. Yo, drop a clues bar for the kids. I love that. Oh, and real quick, outstanding music video, visual album, Sensational, Chris Brown, featuring DeVito and Lil J. Y'all clap it up for Chris Brown. He won.
Salute
Legacy. Yes, and then another one. Whoa, outstanding duo, group or collaboration, Sierra featuring who? Chris Brown. How We Roll. Legacy.
You love you a Chris now.
I definitely do. Thank you very much. Yes, and don't forget, y'all, he dropped the tour dates and everything. He'll be going on tour.
All right. And that is Jess with the Mess.
Yes.
Now, when we come back, Teslyn Figaro will be joining us, so we'll kick it with her next. So don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. All right, now, what up, Tez?
What's going on, DJ Envy? Charlamagne the God, Jess Hilarious, the Queen.
Good morning.
Peace, Ted.
Now, Odell Beckham, we're going to start off with some quick sports. Odell Beckham Jr. looks like he's saying goodbye to Baltimore. They didn't re-sign him with the Ravens. What team? What's a good fit for him, Charlamagne? What do you think?
Anybody
I
retired?
have no idea. Odell is older now.
And
He's been in the
all
league 10 years, but he still did what, like 500 yards last year, 600 yards last year?
Nice. Yeah, they say he said he wants to go to the Chiefs.
The Chiefs?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's jump right into it. Let's talk Bernie Sanders.
Senator Bernie Sanders is pushing for a 32-hour work week with the same pay as 40 hours. Now, we've heard about this many, many times, but Bernard is still pushing and fighting a good fight. Take a listen.
Many full-time workers, the amount of time they work in a week could look a little different. A new proposed bill introduced by Senator Bernie Sanders would establish a 4-day work week in the U.S. with no reduction in pay. The bill would lower the threshold required for overtime pay from 40 hours to 32 hours as a way to create a better work-life balance and productivity. But some say this might create difficulty for employers to implement it across their workforce and have potential negative impacts on business operations.
Businesses are struggling right now with workforce issues, so there aren't enough employees. So having a reduction in hours of employees, I think, would really create a burden on businesses and organizations and getting their work done and doing the things required, to be successful with what they're doing.
I love it. I think it's great. I mean, who the hell is going to complain about getting an extra day off and you get the same pay? Like, who the hell wouldn't be for that?
So, are you working the same amount of hours, like extra days on Monday, I guess, the other days, or is it less hours?
32-hour work week.
So less hours?
32 hours.
People ain't going to go with that. Because there's going to be a lot of businesses
when you
that
say
can't
people,
open.
you mean the businesses.
Yeah, businesses.
The employees and the people that's working absolutely want that. The businesses may not go for it.
There's going to be a lot of businesses that can't open on certain days. There's going to be a lot of businesses that have to shut down early. And I think it's going to affect people. It's going to affect people too. Like when people need to go to grocery stores or shopping or whatever stores they go to, a lot of their stores are going to be closed because there's going to be nobody working there.
So what Charlamagne is saying is the people who are working are going to be with it. And Envy is saying, well, the people who want to pull up on that Friday or that Sunday, kind of like how we already have to do without Chick-fil-A on Sundays.
Right.
People are going to be like, no, I want my business to be open. But let me give you some other points because there might be some employees who say, no, I don't like this because they're going to have fear that their jobs may be sent overseas. So let me give you just a couple of pros and cons to it. So Republican Senator Bill Cassidy in Louisiana said the 32 work week will destroy some employers and employers will have to ship those jobs overseas. They'll also automate those jobs. You know, we already have to deal with AI coming in and taking folks' jobs. They said this is a way that this can actually make it happen even faster because of the increased expense, and it would dramatically increase prices to stay afloat. Meaning, so if a business, to Envy's point, if a business has to reduce hours, then they may have to up the charge on other things to make that difference. Now, some folks are saying this would never work, but you can look at Spice, Iceland, and South Africa. They are some nations who have implemented this trial 4-day work week for select companies. They also, here in America, Massachusetts has introduced a bill last year that will provide employers with a tax credit if they shift to at least 15 workers to 4 days a week. So there's a way of, getting around it there. And then in California, lawmakers have introduced the standard work week at 32 hours. So if that bill goes through, we'll get a chance to see how it looks in real time. So what do you guys think?
Dubai and Abu Dhabi have 4-day work weeks as well. I think France too, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I know like Italy and I know France, they shut down for the month of August. Like the month of August, they shut down. Like nobody goes to work. It's they totally shut down. So if you ever try to order something, like if you try to order furniture or whatever it may be, they'll tell you have to do it before a certain time because they shut down. It's called summer shutdowns where they say the quality of life is better. I don't know if that's true or not, but I wouldn't be mad at things like that as well.
And also, is everybody gonna have the exact same day off? Like, is it going to be everybody off on Friday, or do they stagger it out?
They would have to stagger it out.
Yeah, if you stagger it out throughout the week, that would ensure that the businesses won't ever close. Mm-hmm.
I think I like the consensus is Charlamagne saying he's not mad at it. Envy saying, wait, hold on, let's slow down and kind of see, what it's going to look like.
And also, we were saying things like, businesses would have to close. No, they wouldn't, because people have days off now, and the businesses don't close. So what are we talking about?
So what are you talking about then, Envy, when you say that? Because if
you have an extra day off, so usually you have Saturday, you have 2 days off, but some businesses only have 1 worker, 2 workers in it, and those businesses, what do they do?
But they stay open though, is what I'm saying. Like they're open. Most businesses are open 7 days a week.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like. And they said this may not pass, but it's all about the things that you fight for. It may not actually happen, but you have to continue to keep putting it on the floor, continue to have the debate. Sounds like we got. Go ahead.
I like it. I think you get more out of your employees. You know what I mean? When you give your employees days off, the reset mentally, the reset physically, the reset emotionally. I think you'll get more out of your employees that way.
You absolutely, you're right on that, and the data shows that, Charlamagne, for sure. But there's just still the conversation. If you reset and then AI take over your job, you're gonna be resetting without a job too. So I think there's some balance. I think it depends on the industry, depends on the job, depends on I do like the idea of giving employers tax credit for those that can afford to do it, kind of giving them the choice rather than mandatory. So we'll just see. I'm with it. So
I just think it's difficult because if that means the hourly and wage will go up, right? Because that means you're not working 40 hours a week, you're working 32 hours a week, you're making the same payment. So instead of making $20 an hour, you're really making like $28 an hour. And I don't know if businesses can actually survive with not having workers working at that time.
Right, that's what they're saying. That's why they're saying they're going to have to make their money up somewhere, so they might ship some of those jobs overseas, or the price. If it's a retail store, they might up the price because you're right. They still have to pay. This makes them still pay for 40 hours a week. So you're right.
Yeah, and working more is not going to keep AI from taking your job. Okay, when AI is ready to take jobs, they're going to fire y'all because it's cheaper to have AI. So don't think just because you work more, it's going to keep AI from taking your job.
Well, that's our positive note then for the day with us. I do want to tell you this quickly. Speaking of workers, hope we got a little bit of time. We talk about it all the time. Folks call in, about plumbers and carpentry, and I just want to let you know there is a report that says that licensed trade people who install and fix bathroom fixtures, the lack of those folks have drained the economy $33 billion since 2022. Now, this report says that the U.S. will be short 550,000 plumbers by 2027. They said that the plumber shortages drive up costs for families. It hurts businesses as well because you can't expand new businesses. It also creates delay in floods. It's also the plumbing. People don't want to be plumbers because, the negative, stereotype about it. So they're having a hard time recruiting. A lot of young folks don't want to go into being a plumber, even though it's well paid, but, doesn't have a glamorous reputation. So they are saying that the U.S. needs more carpenters, electricians, and other technical trade people, and employment at trade schools has fallen as more young people are opting for a 4-year college degree. So I thought there was some good data to put out there. That's something we talk about all the time on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, salute to all the trade schools. Shout to Lincoln Tech. But like you said, we always need plumbers, carpenters, electricians, and HVAC people. Those people are so needed each and every day.
Mm-hmm. And we need it back in the schools. So continue to push for that.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tez.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And make sure you follow at Tesla Figaro on all social media platforms and subscribe to the Straight Shot No Chaser podcast on the Black Effect iHeartRadio Podcast Network, hosted by Tesla Figaro.
All right. And when we come back, comedian and actor David Allen Grier will be joining us. He has a new movie, The American Society of Magical Negroes. And we're going to talk to him when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Everybody, it's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Man, the great David Allen Grier.
Yeah. What's up, man?
Yo. How are you this morning?
I'm great, man. I woke up.
That's right.
That's right. Lit up. I'm here.
You look so good still.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now that's a compliment, Gary?
Yeah, it is.
You say you look so good. Still.
Yeah.
No,
so that means you always look good.
Back in the day to now.
I'm trying,
I love it.
The American Society of Magical Negroes.
Yes, sir.
What is this movie about?
Well, Magical Negro was a trope that Spike Lee coined back in the 90s. And a Magical Negro is that character we all know. He's an all-knowing, all-wise black character. No backstory, no family. He was just a dude hanging around, and he had to answer for everything. He was like, I can fix that rocket ship. Driving Miss Daisy, the Green Mile, we've seen all that stuff. So it's about a society, a mythical society of these black people all over the world that de-escalate and intercede in conflicts with white folks to save and preserve black lives. That's basically what it is.
Is it a movie for white people? Because the title itself, they wouldn't even be comfortable with saying it. But
you know what? You'd be surprised. The reaction to the clip. This is the world we live in. Nobody saw the movie. They just reacted to the clip. White people would come to me, can I say that? I was like, say what?
Magical.
No. The N-word, I was like, what N-word? So it was like Negro is the other N-word. It was like y'all are more worried about Negro than you are the real N-word. So that was a paradox. I mean, I'm older than you guys. I grew up in a time in which during the civil rights struggle, we aspired to be called Negroes as opposed to, but that was long ago. So it's a satire, it's a commentary on all of that whole notion, a little love story, and all of that mixed together.
Yeah. But it's interesting though, because in the movie, like, you know, they are trying to make white people comfortable, but it's a movie that will make them uncomfortable, I think.
Yes. Well, that's the subversion.
Okay.
Because, you know, some black people are like, well, we won't make nobody comfortable.
Yeah.
I think some black people wanted to be like the magical society would be really a subversive militant group taking out all racist white folks, but that's not really this movie. That's not really this movie, but yeah, man, I mean, that's what we're doing.
But when you make a movie, you wanted to, I guess, reach a broad audience, right? Or do you care if this one does?
Always.
All right.
I mean, that is the goal. But Kobe, our writer and director, he's a first-time writer, director, black, and I say that because I've been asked a lot of times, you know, what was your first question after I read the script? Well, my first question is, did a black person write this? Because I'm going to tell you why. If I would have been told, oh, this is a first-time white director, I don't know if I would have done it. Because I didn't want to spend 6 to 8 weeks, and believe me, I've done this, where I have to explain
blackness.
Exactly, man. I can't say this. This is offensive. You need to rethink this. I didn't want. That's why. No, I didn't want to do that. So once I found that out, I said, okay. And I like working with young directors of color, young women of color directors. You know, because it's my way of mentoring in terms of I want to show you how you should be treated on a set as a young director, because I've been in situations in which the director is arguing with the cinematographer, with the lighting designer, and you can't do that. Well, I want to shoot. No, man, we're not gonna do that. So I wanted to kind of show through action, this is how it should be run. We didn't have any trouble. It was, it was great experience.
Yeah. So you play Roger.
Yes.
Right? So when you first were presented the role, what about it got you interested in being a sci-fi comedy, doing it?
Well, I know black men like that. I mean, I was exposed to when I was young and growing up in Detroit. My dad was a doctor. I grew up around doctors, lawyers, professional black families. But I didn't want that. I wanted to be an artist. I wanted to be an actor. So I got that. You should go to law school.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. It's funny. My grandmother was born in 1900. So she would tell me stories much like the one I say in the movie about these racist incidents in a segregated America in the South. And as a little boy, I would say, well, Grandma, why didn't you fight back? And she would say, that was the way it was. And I didn't want that.
Yeah.
I didn't want that. I'm going to fight back.
That's right.
So that's always the way it is. The next generation, they don't want to wait. They don't want to wait. John Lewis was the radical young voice in the movement. And he was the one advocating, we got to yell louder. We have to fight harder. I'm tired of marching and praying. So there's always that friction. So a lot of that is goes on between me and Justice, where he's like, Negroes, I mean, magical, man, come on, why don't you magical society of black folks? I mean, do something about the name, so there's all that playfulness and stuff.
It felt like Justin throughout the whole movie was struggling with belief in himself.
Absolutely. It all leads up to that final speech where it to me, it really hits home. I just want to live in a society, and which you're not trying to kill me. I deserve to be here, be in this presence. One of the craziest lines when he's talking to his white coworker, and they're talking about An Lee, who's a love interest, and Justice calls him out about some microaggression, and he says, "Well, I didn't know she was a person of color. I thought she was white, so therefore I'm good." And it's like,
was she white?
She was biracial. biracial, Asian, and Justice is too.
She was white.
Yeah, I ain't mad no more.
You know what I'm saying? No, but I've had situations like that.
Right.
Why, or a black person who is maybe Afro-Caribbean and they're saying some foul stuff. Well, I don't know. I didn't know. So therefore I'm in the clear.
Right.
And all those nuances that I really like because it's real too. I mean, I know I've been through it.
Yeah.
All right, we got more with actor David Allen Grier. When we come back, don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with David Allen Grier. Charlamagne?
And it's funny, you talked about the backlash, and I guess I saw a little bit of it when the trailer first debuted. And it was like, they making a movie, and there's a bunch of black people with magical powers, but they trying to make white folks
That's what I said. They cloned Tyrone.
Yeah.
They wanted us to come out with guns.
Yeah.
No, that's not what it is. But I was never worried because at that point, nobody had seen the movie. Again, you're responding to a 30-second clip. But that's the world we live in.
Yeah.
It's, social media, people going to say what they're going to say.
Yeah, I didn't look at it as they were trying to make white people comfortable in the movie. I looked at it as they were trying to be comfortable. Like, they were trying to just figure life out and survive. Like, that's what they
Exactly. Now, I'll tell you something. This happened when I was in 10th grade in Detroit. I remember a Detroit police officer was brought into my classroom, and he walked us through surviving a stop with the police. Now, I doubt if it happens now. So he gave us the talk. And it went like this. He said, when a police officer pulls you over, what are you going to do? Well, we were kids. I'm not going to do nothing. I'm going to say, why'd you pull me over? And he said, well, you can say that. But what I would suggest is you keep your hands on the steering wheel and you roll down the window. Well, why? He can't make me roll down the window. Absolutely right. But keep in mind, that gentleman has a firearm. You probably don't. Now he's upset with a firearm. I would suggest you roll down the window because if you don't roll it down, he's going to break it. Hey. So we went point by point by point by point how to survive. You can fight in court. Now, you could fight at the roadside, but you have a better chance of survival to fight in court. So those are the kinds of things that I experienced as a young person. And I think a lot of that goes into that character. I'm not that character, but I understand that character.
Right.
That kind of thing.
In Hollywood, is there such thing as having to make white people comfortable in order to work?
No, but I mean, when I think back, I auditioned for some of them Magical Negro roles. I was just too crazy to get them. They never cast me. Yeah. They said, okay, David's reading for Rastus. I'll drive you. I was always too nutty to my benefit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we all do. I mean, not everybody, but those, because in the 80s there was Eddie Murphy. This is before Spike Lee and these other voices. He was the black comic lead, who took over for Richard Pryor. But now we have all these black creators, black female creators. Issa Rae, Ava DuVernay, who's a true revolutionary.
Absolutely.
So we have more voices. That makes it healthier. The one question I hate is, Charlamagne, what do all black people think?
Lord,
Charlamagne, what do all black people want? Charlamagne, who are all black people going to vote for? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not all black people.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
I encourage everyone to vote. I'm not sitting here trying to tell you who or what to vote for, but we have a healthier democracy when more people participate. So that's where I'm at.
Now, speaking of voices, you are the voice of the Oscars.
Yeah.
How is that?
It was so much fun, man.
Yeah.
I'm old friends with Jimmy Kimmel. And first of all, I defy you to tell me who was the voice last year. So you have been offered a job, like it was really great, but you don't even know what the job is?
Yeah.
So my first question was, well, how many tickets do I get? Because I was thinking about the party. I have a 16-year-old daughter, and when she was a little girl, she said, Daddy, take me to the Oscars. And if you have little kids, they think you could do everything. I was like, okay. I mean, but you got to get a movie. And you got to finance the movie, and you got to cast me, Daddy, in the lead in the movie, and then you got to hope Daddy gets nominated for an Oscar. Then we all gonna go to the Oscars. And she was like, "You so silly." So it was great to take her to the Oscars, and we had a great evening. And it turned out to be a ball, man.
Yeah.
I mean, my job was not to screw up anybody's name and don't mess up the name of the movie.
Yeah.
But I wasn't under pressure. It was, I'm cool. It was really, really fun, though. It was cool.
What do you think about people supporting this movie, like the American Society of Magical Negroes? When you hear that, automatically all black people feel like they should go out and support this film. What do you feel like if they don't?
Listen, I would not be here if I didn't believe in the movie. I would say go watch it. If you don't want to watch it, that's fine. I ain't gonna come to your house and kill you. We all have a choice.
That's right.
It should be an evening of entertainment, and a great viewing experience is one that elongates a conversation. Because you know good and well, if you see a great show or if you see a great movie, what are you gonna do? You're gonna text your friends. You're gonna tell your loved ones, man, you gotta come see this.
Yeah.
So if we're successful, that's what should happen. And again, I think the movie's really funny. It's a new voice. A new black voice that I really love to support, and hopefully he will hire me again. But that's why I'm here.
It made me think like the magical Negro trope. And I know Spike Lee made it up, but isn't that something that like white people think in a way? It's like Barack Obama was a magical Negro.
Well, but they created it. We didn't create it.
Yeah,
we didn't create that. No, white people did, and traditionally, to have that character that is not a whole human. That is like a spirit, a cipher. I mean, this is like an angelic figure. That's not what we wanted. What we wanted is to be included as whole people, whole human beings. But ultimately, you can't depend on someone else to tell your story.
Yeah.
You have to tell it yourself. Now, the way it used to be, we weren't allowed to tell it ourselves. And I still got, up until a few years ago, David, we like your idea, but it's not us, it's the international market. Black movies are very hard to sell, this and that. So there's still all of that out there. Yeah. But in fact, mixed race casts of big movies are the biggest sellers in the world market. The Fast and Furious franchise, say what you want, has the most diverse cast probably of any franchise, and it is the biggest selling.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons is that. Okay?
Yeah.
So for a long time, we were sold a story that was not true. And we're changing. I say we, the industry, they, whatever you want to call it. Not enough, but we're changing,
I think Hollywood lies, and the reason I say Hollywood lies,
I just told you they do.
Yeah, they do, because they'll say, oh, it's about the money. But I think your biases trump the money a lot of times.
Well, also power. I remember when Barack Obama was first elected, and I was watching, I think it was in MSNBC, and the reporters were just giddy because it's a fact that the electorate is changing and becoming blacker and browner every day. And yay, we're going to be in power. And I sat at home going, you don't think white people can hear you? You don't think they're listening? Because to expect someone to relinquish power gracefully is a fantasy. To expect the old power structure to say, well, it's our turn and give us the keys. Okay, it doesn't go like that. And I think that really is at the root of what we're seeing now. Because if the electorate is changing, now all of a sudden you hear the MAGA crowd going, well, maybe a dictator's not that bad. Because the numbers are not working in their favor. So, that's what it is. I knew this was coming because, it's just through history, it's never gone like that.
All right, well, don't move. We got more with David Allen Grier. When we come back, it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Everybody, it's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with actor David Allen Grier. We're still kicking it with actor and comedian David Allen Grier. Jess?
Being an OG in comedy, and I'm a comedian myself, so I would like to know this. What are your thoughts on all like the beef with the comics and everything that's going on right now?
First of all, what I was going to say when I walked in here is I said, y'all need some brown liquor up in here.
Look,
it's common sense.
Over there.
No, you need it right here. Now, it's common sense. Watch Club Shay Shay. I love Shannon.
Yeah, I do too. We do too.
It's the ratio of sips ma'am. He takes one sip while the guest is taking 5 or 6.
That's right.
I saw Monique about an hour in. She was licking up. She was lubricated.
I don't think Shannon drinking it all.
No, man. Watch it again. He's real slick. He goes,
that's what I'm saying. I think that's
Charlamagne. Who you want to kill? You like, everybody? I want to kill everybody. He said, here, have some more. He's like, that's top shelf.
He passed it.
Charlamagne, who you want to slap? Everybody? Man, you ain't getting me up in there. My advice is bring your own cup. Bring your own cup, man. Stop drinking. What is in that bottle?
Damn.
Y'all, man, that's not really my thing, man. I don't do all that. And at this point, if somebody goes on Club Shay Shay, they're loaded.
Yeah.
I mean, they packed. You go in there for a purpose. You're not going there to talk about your big new novel you wrote. You trying to settle some scores. It's crazy, man. It is crazy. I'm just a spectator. I don't think I've seen one interview in its entirety because they go like 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
I've seen clips. It's bizarre. I'm like, y'all, I'm drinking coffee going, damn. I guess they don't like each other.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
You know what I want to see? This is the last question. I know you got to go. Listen, I would like to see a Living Color reboot. I know.
You asked me last time. We can't do that.
Why? Even if you write for it, then you cast me.
Well, what I think the next generation has to do their version of it. You guys say that. It was like, remember Coming to America? Everybody goes, oh, man, you should bring that back. Oh, they should reboot that. They rebooted, and everybody said, well, y'all didn't do it right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the original movie was a comedy.
Yeah.
It was not a history of ancient African royalty. Yeah. So, you wanted to bring it back, and then you want it to be what it should be today. We just can't do it. We were buck wild, and even when we put when we put In Living Color on, there was no social media. You could call the station, you could write a letter, or you could fax. You didn't have a voice that you could immediately counter and protest what you're watching. So I remember the Headleys, which was the Jamaican family. We were saying so many Jamaican curse words, Fox didn't know what we were saying. The Jamaican viewers did. By the time they wrote in and told Fox, we were on to the next thing.
Yeah.
So that's how we got ahead of the censors, but it's more media now.
Yeah, I guess what it is about all of us younger comics, we look at that. That's the stuff we look up to, and that's the stuff that we wish we could do. That's the stuff we want to see, and it's not coming to fruition these days.
It's different, man, because as soon as you utter they're on it, why'd you say that? You're wrong. You're bad. Apologize. Take it back. Take it down. It was guerrilla television. When we did the Super Bowl halftime, go back and think about it. Before In Living Color did that, the Super Bowl halftime entertainment were like, Christian young people, up with people, square dancing. Yeah. There was no competition. And what happened was, after we got that audience, people did not turn back to the Super Bowl. That's why the next year you saw Michael Jackson, you saw all kind of stuff because of us. And I think more people know it now, but for a long time it wasn't really talked about. I mean, that shows you the power. You can still get wild. And plus, now, maybe you don't have to be on network television. Right. You remember when Prince, he put, I think it was Musicology, straight out digital? And I'm like, oh, this dude is crazy. Ain't nobody going to download the album? No, it's not going to work. He was ahead of his time.
Yeah, look.
He was ahead of his time. So I would probably say that. If you're going to do something really crazy, go that route. Yeah. Release it yourself. Do a podcast yourself, then you're uncensored. Your voice is pure. I don't know how many people will watch, but...
And I am very uncensored, and I think I'm in the wrong job. Like, because...
No, wait, slow down,
Listen, no, for real. I've been working here for
Get this check.
6 weeks.
Cut her mic, put it up.
I've been working here for 6
Charlamagne,
weeks.
cut her mic, man.
And I already been slapped with like 8 phobias, stuff I never even heard of. They told me the other day, you bibliophobic. I say, I love the Bible. And they like, that ain't the Bible.
But that's how she knows she's doing it right. Because to her point, I think what she's saying with shows like In Living Color, y'all represented a sense of freedom.
Yeah.
So my thing is, if everybody coming at you and saying you said this and you said that and you shouldn't have said this, you shouldn't have said that, you're doing it right.
You are absolutely right. Everything is not for everybody.
Yeah.
And if you perform and tell your jokes, your humor, and everybody's happy, then that's homogenized. that's diluted, just bland stuff, and I don't like that. Give me a little something, put a little stank in it, something.
But staying safe, stay dangerous.
Yes,
you know what I wanted to ask you before you go? In the 90s too, like, 'cause there's all of these conversations about, oh, you shouldn't wear the dress and you shouldn't do this. Y'all did Men on Film. Men wore dresses. We just laughed. I didn't think nothing of it back then. When did that change?
Hilarious to me.
I think I understand our history. I understand black people's history, i.e. black men's history in this country. But we weren't the only ones. Every major comic of any race has cross-dressed. I don't do it in real life. If I did, that's another thing.
Yeah.
But I did it like 30 years ago. But there is this thing of, black men being emasculated and all that stuff. I don't look at it as that deep. It was a comic device. So I don't really hang too much on it. But there does seem to be this almost fetish about it.
Yeah.
About us. There's some truth in it, but there's also an over-fascination in just that. Let me just put it like this. There are a lot of black people and black people in power who are being compromised and manipulated that never put on a dress. Okay? So don't get hung up on just that. And one more thing I wanted to say. I know you get flack for how you speak about the electorate and who you want to support. We need that voice. We need that voice. At the end of the day, I trust people are smart enough to decide for themselves.
That's right.
So speak your mind. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, man. Love seeing you guys.
Same, man. David Allen Grier, the American Society of Magical Negroes is out. It's out now, right? Yeah, it's out now. Okay, so make sure y'all go check that out.
Don't make me put a dress on again. Please. I don't want to do it.
It's David Allen Grier. It's the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Good morning on this Monday. You ready, Jess? Let's get to Jess With The Mess.
News is real. What is Jess Hilarious, Jess Jess don't do no lying.
Jess is gonna bring you numbers.
Jess With The Mess, and news is real.
On the Breakfast Club.
I know they know the difference.
Good morning. So Candace Owens, in one of her recent interviews, was talking about how she, feels like Lizzo is problematic. And she's speaking about the specific incident where she wore the assless leather pants at the NBA game back in 2019.
She's like, if you don't like it, it's your problem. It's like, no, you are being problematic, and now you're playing the game where you do something outrageous, and then when we outrage, you pretend that we're the crazy ones. I'm not dealing. You stop gaslighting me, okay? You're very large, and you got your ass cheeks out on the side of the court at basketball. I'm allowed to now comment on that. I reserve the right to now comment on that, and I do. And then they pull it out, like, it's just coming after Lizzo.
That's from Joe Budden's podcast, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. She does have a point. If you do something like that publicly, people will have the right to comment on it, and all those comments are not going to be in your favor.
No. Yeah. Especially not, if you're very large and and you're at an NBA game on the side, like you got floor seats and all that.
By the way,
even if you were skinny,
people wouldn't like that.
Even if you were little, I don't care. You got a thong on, your ass is out, and you shaking it. I'm talking about then when she turns slow, never mind.
The outfit was worn to garner attention.
Absolutely. And then you get the wrong type of attention.
Yes.
You cry. So
you can't control what people are going to say about you.
Yeah, absolutely. Now look, she has every right to wear what she wants, but that comes with wearing what you want.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I do agree with Candace on those notes. All right, Diddy's charter school reportedly falling apart. So I've been seeing all over the weekend. In 2016, Diddy co-founded Capital Preparatory Harlem. The school is located in East Harlem, one of the New York City's poorest neighborhoods. There are 500 students from grades 6 to 12, and the majority of them are black and are from low-income families. Several news outlets have been reporting on Diddy's charter school crumbling. All the reports connect the school to Diddy while they report all the things going wrong. Now, some of the things that are going wrong, the shortage on teachers, kids grading kids' grades being mixed up and incorrectly recorded, a lot of fighting and behavioral issues with the kids. Now, what's messed up about this is Diddy isn't even affiliated with the school.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. In June 2023, Diddy was celebrated for his work in education. 5 months later, Diddy's Harlem charter school was forced to sever ties with him after Cassie's allegations against him. So if Diddy isn't connected to the school, you know, and hasn't been since last year, why are we reporting, or why are reports, not we because we ain't doing it, why are the reports all week headline Diddy's school is crumbling?
Using Diddy's picture.
Yeah, and he's the celebrity. He's the person attached to it.
But he's not attached to it.
He was attached to it.
Well, they just let him go last year.
Like 6-7 months ago.
June 2023.
Yeah, when all of this stuff started happening.
Right, so if the school started declining since then, that has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with Diddy. Diddy has nothing in that school.
These are...
Well, they're doing that for clicks
happening right now.
Yeah, that's what they're doing it for clicks.
Yeah.
The shortage of teachers and all that is like recent. That's right now going on. So, yeah. So they're just attaching his name to it, which I do think is wrong. I mean... And
even if he was attached to it now, like, that's not his fault. It's the administration's fault. Like,
right.
He's not doing
Right.
the day-to-day of the school.
Right. But anything, like you said, the clickbait, and, you know, just to make it a bigger story.
Right.
You know, because of what he's already going through. Okay, Gilbert Arenas flirting with saucy Santana. So Nick Young was on a recent episode of No Chill with Gilbert Arenas. During the conversation about his time on College Hill, Nick spoke about his friendship with Saucy Santana. And at the time, Gilbert didn't know who Saucy was, right? And he had an interesting reaction the first time he heard about it, and he looked him up. This is what he said.
College Hill. So hey, listen, who else was there?
Saucy Santana. That's my dog.
Saucy Santana. Who's that?
It's that rapper. He's a rapper. Carisha friend, the City Girls song.
Saucy Santana.
Yeah. Don't look it up because you're gonna say something funny. Don't look it up.
That's your dog. Hell no! Come on, man. No, not this.
The rapper.
That ain't no rapper.
So Saucy heard this audio and responded in some tweets. We know Saucy ain't scared to check nobody.
Correct.
You know? He said, I really be having to check these niggas. What the F is funny about a straight man saying he cool with me? I'm one of the realest niggas you'll ever effing meet. I literally just talked about this on Love and Hip Hop. Niggas be scared of what their peers gonna think. Bitch, what's funny about being cool with me? I'm very respectful. I don't size niggas. I don't try niggas. I do me and be in my own lane. Nick know that. That's why I was the first name he mentioned. And we also know that because Claudia was just up here and she also said that they were cool.
Yeah.
Like they were close. You know what I'm saying? Like they got to know like each other, like just, you know, from man to man. After Saucy responded, Gilbert doubled back and tried to explain why he reacted that way. But he might have taken it a little too far. This is what he said.
I've never seen somebody with nails and the beard. That was the problem. It just threw me. It threw me off. And then when I hit the video, twerk. I'm not gonna lie.
Stop. No. Stop.
If I had to rate between who's better, I'm trying to see him or Megan Thee Stallion.
Stop, man.
I don't know who I'm gonna throw my dollars to, dog. A good show is a good show. Hey, so listen, I got rules. Listen, you can't talk.
No.
And you can't look at me. Hey, Saucy, I be in there like the shaking my. Can you say that? Is that
nah?
And he's still playing. He is really like joking, or he's trying so hard not to be canceled.
Listen, sometimes you got to play gay to avoid cancellation.
No.
I got one for you. I'm gonna turn this whole thing around.
Now when
Confuse everybody.
Now when Saucy start playing with him back.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
You know
Don't play.
days.
All you had to do was say sorry. You got play and be a clown.
Between you and Megan, he said, I'm going to pick you. He just went, it's like, you know what, I'm going to turn this whole ship around.
Yep.
You know what they say? It's
Like when you said, I'll spread the ass. Yeah. Those were the bloopers that y'all can catch coming soon. I'm going to post them this Thursday, y'all.
It's all fun and games until somebody gets a boner.
What?
No.
Very personal.
Yeah, dude.
All right. Well, thank you, Jess With The Mess. Now, who you giving your donkey to?
Speaking of boners, we need a man named Frederick Lloyd Day to come to the front of the congregation. Okay, he was arrested for doing inappropriate things. We'll discuss.
All right, we'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out the Breakfast Club.
Your execution on the donkey of the day is something to behold. Is it a read?
He gave me
donkey of the day, and I deserve it.
People need to know.
Well, you need to tell them.
I am.
You have the voice. Tell them.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
It's a read, but you're so good at it.
You trying to be a fake ass Charlamagne. There's only one Charlamagne to go.
Damn, Charlamagne, who you give a donkey of the day to now?
Well, Sexy Red, Donkey of the Day for Monday, March 18th goes to a 34-year-old Florida man named Frederick Lloyd Day. Now, what does your Uncle Charla always tell you about the great state of Florida? The craziest people in America come from the Bronx and all of Florida, and today is no exception. Now, Frederick was booked in jail and charged with battery on a specified personnel because he's an extra horny human. Yes, it's all fun and games until someone gets a boner. I just told you that. What do you mean, Uncle Charla? It's all fun and games until someone gets a boner. Well, let me read the headline for you from News Channel 8. A Florida man was arrested for touching himself and groping EMS paramedic during transport. You see, Frederick was arrested after allegedly masturbating and groping an EMS paramedic inappropriately while he was being taken to the hospital. See, police were called to the Cancer Center Alliance of Naples after they received multiple reports that a man refused to leave the building and locked himself in the bathroom. When police arrived, they found Frederick Lloyd Day in the bathroom standing next to a pile of paper towels. Okay, that's a telltale sign that he was in there scratching Yoda behind the ears. Yes, he took his talents to South Beach, and the arrest report shows that the officers saw Frederick strapped into a stretcher with a noticeable erect penis showing through his basketball shorts. You know what they say, there's nothing like a clown with a boner to remind you that you're having a nightmare. And this was a nightmare for this EMS worker because the report goes on to show that Frederick was poaching the egg, shaking hands with the milkman while the EMS paramedic was taking his blood. Well, I would say the EMS paramedic was taking blood from the wrong place. Okay, they should have been taking blood out of his penis. You take the blood out the penis, then voila, no hot custard slinger. Now, the paramedic tried to get this Coccosaurus Rex to stop, but it has been scientifically proven that when you are trying to get a Homo erectus to stand down, they simply can't. So he attempted to reach for the victim's leg. The victim, okay, the EMS paramedic told him, "Do not touch me." But Frederick looked into the victim's eyes and continued double-clicking his mouse. So the victim grabbed Day's hand and repeated, "Do not touch me." Man, drop one of the clues bombs for that EMS paramedic. Respect to that victim, because the last thing I'm touching on this dude is his hands. Okay, you've been boxing the one-eyed champ all night, so I know your hands is covered in knuckle babies. All right, nut butter and penis pudding everywhere. I'm not touching that man's hands. Now, according to WBBH, a Naples Fire Department lieutenant saw the interaction and stated that Frederick continued to try and touch the victim by removing medical equipment and even unbuckled himself from the stretcher. Mind you, he's with the paramedic because he was complaining about foot pain and claimed that he was bitten by a bug. And when he arrived to the hospital for treatment, the staff didn't allow him in due to disorderly and destructive behavior. I'm going to tell you something, man. When you read this story, when you hear this story, all I can think to myself is the EMS paramedic should have let him die. I don't think he was facing anything life-threatening, but if he was, if you can't let your perversion take a back seat in order for you to get the medical help that you need, then why should I as a paramedic care more about you than you do about yourself? I know, paramedics are public servants. They have to treat people regardless of personal feelings, but damn, what if the paramedic that's treating him has been molested? Okay, or sexually assaulted? All of this could be triggering for that person. You asking a lot of humans when you asking them just to bypass their personal feelings. I'm supposed to help you while you sexually assaulting me. If the paramedic chose to not help them, would they be wrong? Huh? Something to think about. Please give Frederick Lloyd Day the biggest hee-haw.
That's crazy.
All right. It absolutely is.
I'm convinced he just look up gayest crimes that happened over the weekend for Monday. Like,
there was no gay in this, I don't think, unless the EMS paramedic was
male.
No, he just always be like, boner. Speaking of boner, I need a boner. A man who had a boner come to the front of the congregation.
I didn't know your story and Jess With The Mess had boners in it.
Yeah, but why you even had to make that transition?
Because it was a good segue.
Oh,
I was already talking about boners. You were talking about boners.
Yo, that's like
boom.
Well, you just didn't say anything about boners. You just said boners.
Yeah, you was thinking about Gilbert Arenas.
I bought it all together.
I
bought it all together. That's what this show is about. It's about creating a story every day. So I bought it all together. So when they listen on the podcast, it's gonna be seamless. When y'all download the Breakfast Club podcast, salute to the 20 million people that listen to the Breakfast Club podcast monthly. When y'all listen to it today, it's gonna be seamless.
All right.
I didn't say that.
Okay. All right. When we come back, Jordan Belfort will be joining us.
The Wolf of Wall Street.
The Wolf of Wall Street will be here, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Got a special guest in the building, Jordan Belfort.
What's up?
Hello.
What's up? How's everybody?
How are you, sir?
You guys are looking good today. You know?
Hey,
Thank you.
Jess has never met you before, but she did see The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yes. And you're the real.
I'm the real
Wolf.
I'm retired wolf. You know, I'm a more benevolent wolf. Yeah, it was a great movie, and the thing with that movie was interesting for me is that like those events took place 30 years ago, but like because the movie came out in 2013 and it's still on TV. People are like, oh, it happened like 3 weeks ago, right? Like, oh, like is your daughter still 3 years old? My daughter's 30. I have a grandson, so it's pretty funny, you know.
I don't think I ever asked you where you got the wolf from. Where did the wolf come from?
Believe it or not, the wolf came from a show. You ever watch Gilligan's Island?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I even did.
The character Thurston Howell III, his nickname was the Wolf of Wall Street. So it was like a joke about that. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Uh-huh.
So about the movie, how much of it was like real events? Like was any of it add-ons or like?
So I would say, like, listen, 90% of it was true, and the stuff, and my life was probably even more insane because it was stuff that you just couldn't put on screen. It would be X-rated, you know. I was, right? But the stuff that wasn't true was a lot of like characters. Well, like they would collapse 3 people's actions into one character. Like the Danny character it was bad. Danny did it, right? You know, that was the Donnie Jonah Hill character, right? And they moved the timeline around. But by and large, it was really accurate, you know?
Wow.
You got a new book out called The Wolf of Investing. It came out fall of last year. My Insider's Playbook for Making a Fortune on Wall Street.
Yeah.
And you know, the first thing people will say is, why should you listen to him?
It's a good
Why should
question.
we take any tips from him?
Yeah. Good question. I think that, you know, on some level, you know, who better to expose what's going on Wall Street, and someone that made the mistakes was part of it on the inside. You know, it's funny. People say, you know, why don't you ever write about the stock market? I never did before. So all my books about before is a bit about sales or my life story, right? But, you know, obviously I have massive knowledge about Wall Street. I ran one of the largest firms on Wall Street in the 90s in the you know, IPO market. But I never thought of writing a book. But I think over the last since I started going out in 2008 around the world and teaching sales and entrepreneurship, ethical sales, and I really helped millions and millions of people, and I think I've rebuilt my reputation to the point where I have a very large fan base who trust me, and I've helped so many people. Like when I walk around, people say, you changed my life. As I walk around, people always say, you changed my life. You know, I went into this business course, entrepreneurship. And I felt that it was like, you know, I felt comfortable enough. So, you know, I'm going to talk about investing. And when I started writing the book, I wrote what I consider to be the purest book of investing. It's so like unarguably the right way for someone to get wealthy in the stock market. It's the exact opposite of everything I did back. By the way, it's like the opposite of what I did when I actually went to jail. Like I was, you know, manipulating stocks, it's smaller stocks. The advice I'm giving in this book is really, honestly, it's for any person of any age. Obviously, the younger you start, the better. But the thesis is as follows. It's nothing in here that's revolutionary. It's just, I wrote it in a really funny, I kind of laugh out loud, irreverent way so people would kind of turn the page and made it into a story. Because the truth is, the best advice for investing is out there.
Yeah.
There's nothing you have to, it's like I didn't do some analysis like, oh, eureka, I have this way. It's not like that, okay?
Really? Even with all this new stuff like Bitcoin and, you know, things like that?
In the book, there's 2 main investments I talk about. One is the S&P 500, which is an index. And so instead of buying just a random stock and trying to trade in and out, which is a sucker's game, by the way, right? And what really bothers me, and I have this big thing about CNBC in there, and how they basically are like the worst thing that could ever happen to the average investor. Because if you watch the CNBC, you'll think you can trade in and out of stocks short term and make money. And the fact is that there's scientific academic studies going back to 1900 that says it's virtually impossible to beat the S&P. It's just like impossible. There's a few people that can do it, right? And they're not taking it. It's like Warren Buffett, a few others, very few. No one could beat the S&P by and large, right? But if you watch the show, you'll think that's the best way to trade. Go from oil into crypto, from crypto into tech stocks, from tech stock into commodity, and you're not going to make money that way, right? So that one investment is the S&P. And I wrote the book. I think when I wrote the book, the S&P was like 3,800. Now it's 5,000, right? I also said Bitcoin's a good investment, but small, like 5 to 10% of your portfolio, right? The largest should be, I think, the S&P. And at the time, it was $22,000. Now it's $73,000. But the fact that I was right is irrelevant because it just as easily could have been down in 1 year. In other words, you can't look at investing as a 1 year proposition. You can't invest and worry about the price the next week, the next month, or even the next year. I believe the best way, especially people in their 30s, 20s, 30s, 40s, even 50s, right? You have to take a long-term horizon and rely on what's called compounding. So with the S&P 500, the idea is that, you take the profits and you just let it, as it compounds and you get your dividends, you reinvest the dividends, you let the compound over time. So I think the trap that people fall into when they invest is they say, I only have $5,000 or $10,000. I got to make a huge hit. I have to time the market. So they get trapped in trying to do a short-term trade or they go on margin, they get blown out. And you could start with a small amount and end up with a huge amount if you have patience. That's what the book is about.
Yeah, so the key is patience.
Patience, and also that, you're not going to beat the S&P 500. So the cornerstone of your portfolio should be this, and there's no fees attached to it. You put your money in, you let it ride, so it's like set it and forget it. It's passive investing, right?
My accountant said, don't even put it in there, don't even
Don't
look
look
back.
at it, don't pay attention.
You can't, because the trap is that, you think that, the market's we'll have a bear market. Okay, fair enough. You can have a bear market, but you go back historically, it always goes up over 30 years. So listen, it's possible the United States could be destroyed, but we have bigger problems than your portfolio, right? So that's the essence of the book. And also, I go through a very, very damning history historically about Wall Street, how it got so f***ed up. Okay, I go through that in detail, and it's pretty wild when you read, like, why is it that, firms get away with murder?
All right, we got more with Jordan Belfort when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Jordan Belfort. Charlamagne?
Is it true that Donald Trump crashed the Wolf of Wall Street set?
I read this.
I
read that.
Yeah.
By the way, it's possible. Where did I read that? Was that
Kristen Milotti said it? Kristen Milotti.
Yeah.
She was a cast member.
Yeah. She played my first wife, by the way, whose real name was Denise.
He said
right. So not.
Yeah.
Okay.
She said she crashed. He said Donald Trump crashed the set and acted a damn fool.
Well, there you go. Right.
Well, did you hear Martin Scorsese compare Donald Trump to you?
No. What did he say?
Come on, stop, man.
Do you know?
He just said he sees similarities.
Can I tell you something?
In you too.
Do you know that I don't read anything about myself ever?
Really?
No comments. No. I never. I don't have Google or nothing because I think that, for me at least, right? I know in my heart that I do good shit. I know it. I know everything I do. I'm on, I'm giving more value than I'm getting in money. Or at least I'm trying, by the way, right? So, and there's haters out there in this world.
I was going to say a lot of people
have tons of, I'm sure you have tons of haters. You must.
Everybody loves me.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah. You got to have some, and by the way, and the haters drive engagement, which is great, by the way. So, I just let them, in the beginning, I used to I'd fight with them. What do you, they're saying, how could you listen to this guy after, and I'm like, this is just ridiculous. Like, if Jesus Christ was today and he gave the Sermon on the Temple Mount, people will say, what an idiot. Nothing new there.
That's right.
No matter who you are, they're going to hate on you. So I just don't read anything about myself because even my wife was like, this is a great article. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I don't want, if someone tells me I'm so great, I don't want to know about it. I know who I am.
Yeah.
I know my good, my bad, and my ugly, and on the whole thing. And each day I try to be as good a person as I can. Right. And if you read comments, you can go freaking crazy. So what was this about Donald Trump?
Martin Scorsese was in London at a film festival, and he said the panel's moderator, Edgar Wright, played a clip from Wolf of Wall Street, and he said, some of your films, people are punished for their sins, and Wolf of Wall Street, they're celebrated. Wright said to Scorsese, who likened Belfort to Trump in his reply. He says, politically, the country, they elected Trump. It's about kill, go get the money, do anything you want. You can't do anything to me. When he's saying I don't have to pay taxes to a certain extent because I have smart lawyers, he's right. It's true. It's legal. Doesn't mean it's right, but it's legal, Scorsese said to the former president's multiple indictments.
Yeah. I'd push back on that a little bit. I'll tell you why. Because I suffered the consequences for my actions. I lost everything. I did not leave jail with any money. I was broke. I started from scratch, and my comeback started with money I received from the Wolf of Wall Street book, and half of it went to pay back investors. So it was 50% went to investors. So it was really I had really tough years in the beginning. So I pushed back on that. And also, I think that, I really try hard not to be a polarizing figure. I really do. And I don't know if that's good. In the beginning, there was a few years ago, I was a bit more polarizing. Like, because there was things that would bother me about COVID, and I said, you know what? I said, stop. I don't. It's not my position. I'm here to help people, to give entrepreneurial advice, stock, and whatever. And I just don't want to. I just stopped. So, and admittedly, my engagement dropped a bit when you stop being as controversial. But I think you could love Trump and you could hate Trump, but I mean, it is shocking that it seems the more bad things they say about him, the more people embrace him. I can't quite figure that out.
Eventually, it's all got to catch up, though.
Yeah, but it's shocking. I've never seen. I thought the first time, even before he got elected in 2016, when that thing with the tape grab, I think, oh, this guy's done.
Yeah,
I was like, this guy's done. And then when he came out and he was saying he just completely nothing, I was like, what a stupid. And I was like, holy, it actually worked.
But eventually, it's going to all crash.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, when have we ever seen it not?
I know.
It's inevitable.
Yeah.
You said you like Trump, so you said he was a great president.
Listen, I think that Trump, the president, all I can say is the world when Trump was president, there was no wars. Now, some of that could be coincidental. Some of it's just luck, right? But there was peace. There was energy. We're energy independent. I thought, regulations were sort of less intrusive on business. And he was an asshole. He was not. He was he divided people. But so he had his personality was so abrasive, and I was like, what are you Just stick to the fucking policies which were working. Immigration was tight at the border, and I believe those. And I'm pro him. My parents, my great grandparents, and my grandparents were immigrants, right? So it's not that I'm anti-immigrant. Of course, I think, but legal immigrants, and there's a problem with that because the immigration system is screwed up. That needs to change also. But I think the country was in a much better spot, except for the fact that he pissed so many people off in the process. And part of being a great president is trying to unite and not divide. So, but I have to say, as a president, the country was in a better spot. I think the world was in a better spot. And I think I don't think Biden is has mental clarity. I think he's almost senile. I wouldn't quite say senile, but although I would say that this whole thing about the Her report, right, is nonsense. Stewart had a great piece on this. So the biggest thing that causes amnesia is being deposed. Everyone has got amnesia when they're being deposed by someone, right?
Especially if you got something to hide.
Did you see the stuff in Georgia? That lawyer? Yeah. He couldn't remember anything. I don't remember. What happened yesterday? I don't know.
Your lawyer preps you to be that way.
So I think it's a bit unfair. I think it's more serious of the flubs he makes when he can't remember stuff and loses his track on.
Trump does that too, though.
Yeah, but not as bad, though. And not as bad. It's not as bad.
I think it just depends what highlight reel you're watching.
But seriously, I don't think it's fair to the Her report. It's he's under when I'm in the polls, I don't remember I don't know, right? So it's unfair. Listen, the country will decide, but I think whatever happens in the election, and I'm not a fan of Biden. I don't think you are either. I think,
I'm not a fan of President.
I just sincerely, if Trump gets elected, I hope he learns from the mistakes of dividing and saying that is inflammatory. And if you can just check that, at first I was hoping.
I think he's kind of already went too far past that, though. When you try to lead an attempted coup of this country, which you said was just a moment of foolishness.
So
which two things can be true.
Yeah.
It is a moment of foolishness to try to lead an attempted coup.
I think it was
a
riot. I look differently at it because they weren't armed. Then you see a real coup. People come in with guns and it's organized that.
They'll get it right the next time. This is just practice.
So again, and I think the worst thing of it all is that there's two people that I don't think anyone really. I would like to see two different people running.
Absolutely.
Right? So 80 and 78. It's not even the age. Listen, it's not age. My mother's 91 and she's sharp as a tack. My mother. All right, really sharp.
She shouldn't be president.
Yeah, right. She shouldn't be president, though, right? Listen,
what I'm saying?
Honestly, even I'm 61 years old now. Okay, I don't think I'm as sharp as when I was 45. Now I have more wisdom and experience, and I think that's important. So I'm certainly have enough acuity to be president if I'm not running, trust me, right? But the point is, I think that when you get into your 70s and I don't know. I don't think you're not the person you are. I think there should be, certainly some at least mental acuity tests, and also the job ages you. I mean, so I think it's pretty sad that at this point we have an 80-year-old and 81 and 77 or 78, right? And your career is awesome. But I love, I love the most how honest you are about politics. Mm-hmm. That you're not like just a shill.
Nah.
And I really respect that. More than you could imagine, I respect that. Because there's nothing more than I hate when I watch TV and there's people just shilling for the Democratic Party. You're like dead balls honest. And that's great. And I really respect that. I think it's important you have a young audience, and young people need to hear that,
Thank you, Jordan. The Wolf of Investing is out right now. It's Jordan Belfort. Thank you for coming, brother.
My pleasure. Thanks.
It's The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. We are The Breakfast Club. Jess, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Do they have Zumba for pregnant women?
Yes.
You gonna do it?
Probably.
Jess ain't doing it. But we are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to Jess With The Mess.
The news is real. What is Jess Hilarious, Jess Moore, Jess don't do no lying.
Jess is gonna bring you numbers.
Jess With The Mess, our news is real.
On The Breakfast Club.
I know they know the difference. Keep it a stack.
Okay, stories. Amber Rose wants Kanye West to pay her $20 million for inspiring My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy album. She always playing. Cardi B dropped $350,000 on her best friend's RICO case. Star Brims is her best friend, Star Brim. All right, well, if these niggas can do it, then so can your bitches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's her friend.
Absolutely. Donald Trump promises bloodbath if he's not elected. Oh, he said it's up if I don't get up in there. What are you gonna do?
I think that was slightly out of context, though. Because he was talking about the auto industry in particular. Yeah.
Auto. Okay. Well, he said bloodbath. Basically.
Yeah, I know everybody took that line and ran with it, which is kind of strange, right? Because it's like you don't have to take Donald Trump out of context. He's going to give you something to talk about. So when you kind of take him out of context in that way, whenever people hear anything crazy, he say they're going to be like, well, is this the media taking him out of context again?
Yeah, because they made it feel like that if he wasn't elected, he was going to wild out or something was going to happen. That's what it seemed like.
That's what I thought too until I watched the whole thing. And I'm like, well, he's talking about the auto industry in particular.
But he know what he doing. You know what I'm saying?
He always know what he's doing.
Always. So it's going to be a bloodbath in auto and a bloodbath in the streets, basically. Dwayne Wade unbothered by painted nail hates. Okay, that's what's up. Listen, if somebody's secure, want to get their nails painted, y'all leave these people alone.
Salute to Dwayne Wade. But you know, it just sound when you say I'm unbothered and you got your nails painted, it just comes off a little sassy.
Right. But if Gabby like it, we like it.
Absolutely.
It don't matter. Look, everybody wear the pants in the house. All right, Coyle Ray is on a journey to become her better self. That's amazing.
Great.
And I'm glad that more people are doing that. That's amazing. Shani let us know how. She said, I'm on a journey.
She ain't get there yet. She gonna tell us what she did.
Okay, all right, that's what's up. Brandy Evans says she will never put on a kitten heel. Girl, what happened to
who's
P
Brandy
Valley?
Evans?
The main stripper, Mercedes from P Valley. And they had her on the red carpet, and the guy asked her, he said, so what would you like, what is like a fashion no-no?
Mm-hmm.
He asked her the wrong damn thing. No, when is P Valley coming back? And she was just sitting up there talking about, I hate a kitten heel.
What's wrong with kitten heels?
She said she don't like it. I don't know. It gives very much Hillary Clinton, if you ask me. But we want to know where the show is. Mm-hmm. All right. Social media users. Oh my gosh. What? Social media users speculate Envy is on house arrest. Milagro said on Twitter, the people want to know why Envy is shooting from the comforts of his home. Is it given house arrest? They talking about Friday?
Yes.
When it looked like you was in a motel with them curtains.
I wasn't in a motel. I was in a hotel. I was at my daughter's dance competition.
Oh. Okay.
It is funny though. Whenever you broadcast from home, they think you on house arrest.
I don't know. I don't know why.
They don't even be home all the time.
But y'all be disrespecting me. Like you think that hotel is my crib with the curtains and all that and the little window?
No, you could have let your mother decorate.
Shut up.
Well, no, sure. Okay. Tracy Ellis Ross shut down the possibility of a Girlfriend's reboot.
Oh my God, no!
Yeah, she said that ship has sailed. And I understand.
No, it hasn't.
It has. You're the only one that want that right
No,
now.
because here's the thing that y'all don't know about Girlfriends, because y'all used to watch Girlfriends. Okay. Girlfriends didn't have no closure. Like it did not end. So there's so many different loose ends that they need to tie up. So that's the reason we want closure. We don't want a reboot of the show. We want the actual great ending for the show.
Who you think's more sassier, Dwayne Wade or him just talking about girlfriends?
Him just talking because y'all ain't watched the show.
I'm unbothered.
I need closure.
And don't keep on gently pressing against the air. Like, don't keep doing
unbothered.
it.
I'm unbothered.
All right. Now, by the way, all the women still look good to this day. But they feel like, like you just said about power, everything needs an ending.
And that's my point. Girlfriends didn't get one. Girlfriends did not have an ending. All my people out there that watch Girlfriends know it did not have an ending.
David Allen Greer said the same thing when I said, "Do you see it in Living Color reboot?" He said no, and it couldn't come back today anyway.
I'm pretty sure they got a final episode though.
I don't think.
Yeah, Living Color got a final episode. It didn't just abruptly end.
Okay, all right. Well, Drake gives pregnant fan $25,000 and invite into the VIP section. He loved pregnant women. That's why I wish he come up here before I had his baby. But he won't because Charlamagne the God did that. So that's all good.
That's my friend.
That's
my
not your
best
friend.
friend.
That is not your
Me and
friend.
Drake are best friends.
I told you about that friend word. No, stop.
Okay.
Stop. Don't say it. You
Set
can't
your
be
ass
using,
right up.
You're right.
Yeah, you can't be using that word loosely
You're
now.
right. You're right.
Shoot, so many people hate me, want to fight because I said they ain't my friend. Well, you just proved my point. You ain't my friend. All right. Bruno Mars reportedly owes MGM Casino $50 due to unpaid
$50 million.
Debt. Oh my God. 50 I was gonna say that. I'll take that little $50. Oh,
You know what's so funny?
$50 million.
$50 million.
Yes.
I went to your show. You had a sold out show in DC at the MGM, right? Was that DC? Am I tripping?
Yes.
Yes,
That was DC.
It was at the MGM.
Oxon Hill.
And I remember being there on a Saturday, and for whatever reason, people there was like, Charlamagne, you just missed Bruno Mars. I'm like, why would I just miss Bruno Mars? I don't know Bruno like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, what you mean I just missed him? And they was like, oh, he was here all week gambling.
Oh my
They was
God.
like, he had a show last weekend. He was here all week.
the whole week?
He was here all week gambling. I'm like,
You
okay.
just missed him. That's your friend?
No.
That's your friend.
That's my
He was
point.
in there racking up that debt. $50 million. I thought it said $50.
No, $50 million.
$50 million. And they say, I seen a headline say that they basically own him.
Yeah. I mean, I just thought it was weird. I'm like, he was here all week. It was like, yeah, he had a whole show here last week, and he stayed the whole week gambling.
Yeah.
Number and the fact that they was telling his business, but
Yeah,
that's what they
absolutely.
do.
But they have he has a contract with MGM though.
Yeah, residency.
He makes like $90 million a year.
Right.
But he owes $50 million.
That is crazy.
A lot, allegedly.
Dr. Dre calls Eminem the best rapper of all time. That's because that white man made him a lot of money. And that is amazing that he thinks that.
That's his opinion. I mean, there's other people that think that. I disagree. I mean, if I was being objective and I was just making a top probably 5 to 10 rappers of all time, Eminem would be in there.
He would be on the
Okay,
list.
yeah, he would definitely be on the list.
In there.
But
he's not my
number one,
personal favorite.
I don't know.
But.
Okay.
All right. Well, that is Jess with the Mess. Thank you, Jess.
Thank y'all.
All right. Now the People's Choice Mix is up next. Let's go.
You're checking out The Breakfast Club.
Audible's selection of audiobooks is unmatched. Finance, fitness, motivation, and more, plus all the new releases. You'll find exclusive originals and podcasts. Listen on Audible is a game changer. Dream bigger? Sign up for a free trial at audible.com/breakfast club.
It's Women's History Month, and we're celebrating the most influential women in history. Check out this phenomenal woman.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. It's Women's History Month. Jess, who we repping?
Wendy Williams. Okay, so today I'm nominating Wendy Williams, the radio and TV personality that has everybody missing her, and she came up with the phrase, "How you doing?
How you doing?"
Right? Prior to our TV show, she rose to fame and built a devoted fan base throughout a successful 23-year career in radio with her nationally syndicated radio show, The Wendy Williams Experience. In 2008, she launched her TV talk show, The Wendy Williams Show, which is missed, and I wish it would be back. Well, I know we can't have it back, but I wish it never went off air, which has earned several daytime Emmy nominations for Best Talk Show Host and Entertainment Talk Show. Wendy was also inducted into the National Radio Hall of Fame in 2009. And she also now has her Hollywood star, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Clap it up. Clap it up, Charlamagne.
Salute to Wendy. You know, I got number love for Wendy. You know, I probably wouldn't be in the position I am right now if it wasn't for, Wendy Williams and her husband, regardless of, how I may feel about her husband. But, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm not nominating her. I mean, it's women's history. I'm not talking about her husband at all.
But no, that's what I said. You got to salute Wendy because Wendy could have easily said no.
Right.
I don't want him as my co-host.
Well, when you tried to sell your mixtape to her, she said, get out.
She did. She told me to get the F. She told me to get the F out of this studio and take that mixtape to her husband.
Yeah. If it wasn't for Wendy,
You're right.
You would not be where you are.
You're right.
Okay.
You're right.
Good. I love you, Wendy.
You're right. All right, girls. All right. Well, thank you, Jess.
I was trying to tell us my husband. Sorry, go ahead.
I would. Jess does that to me a lot, though. She will make me say things. She'll put words in my mouth. She does it on purpose. And I don't know why I fall for it, but I do it every time. She'll be like, no, you are upset. You're upset,
yes.
Charlamagne. Yes, I am. I wasn't, but I am now.
You need to heal.
All right. Positive notes up next is the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club.
Yes.
And salute to Jim Kerr. Today was his 50th anniversary of being on radio. So salute to Jim Kerr. Legend in this game.
Nice.
Charlamagne, you got a positive note?
Yes, and I don't know why I keep doing this every day, but I do it at the same time every day, and I got to stop it. I got to start doing it more throughout the show until we sell out. But the second annual Black Effect Podcast Festival is happening April 27th, Saturday, April 27th in Atlanta at Pullman Yard, same place it was last year. We got Wallow and Gilly on that stage. We got Poor Minds podcast on that stage, Dre and Lex. We got Mandy and Weezy, Horrible Decisions. We got Debbie Brown with Deeply Well. Black Tech Green Money podcast will be there. Will Lucas covering your financial literacy. Jess Hilarious will be there doing Just Fix My Mess live on stage with her Carefully Reckless podcast. The Baller Alert show will be there. It's hosted by B. Dot and Pretty V.
Yes.
So make sure you go get your tickets. Thank you to everybody that's been buying tickets, man. You can go to eventbrite.com or blackeffect.com/podcast festival to get your tickets. Okay? Okay. Now, the positive note is simply this. Everything happens for a reason. But sometimes the reason is that you're stupid and you make bad decisions. Have a blessed day.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?